the recording. Okay, welcome to our Uganda, SAMS TQLMA Uganda meeting to transform basically East Africa into climate smart zone of Africa. So let us begin.
We are talking about Uganda and Kenya because we want to also discuss about Kenya too.
Correct. I mean, I'm covering basically, these two are major countries in East Africa, and Tanzania is already there. Our representative is working for us in Tanzania, and we want to. Rwanda is next door, and DRC is our interest basically. So indirectly, we are working in DRC also because some of our associates are there because of our gold and diamond trading business.
Great.
So let's now talk about Kenya and Uganda today, and then we will duplicate the model in the rest of the East African countries.
Okay. Dr. Wilfred is online.
Yeah,
Dr.
she is
Wilfred,
there.
good afternoon.
She is muted. Can you please unmute yourself, Dr. Winfred?
Okay, let me unmute her.
Let's just. Yeah, she's fine
Okay.
now.
Yes, Dr. Wilfred.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Again, this is a wonderful moment that we have converged again for this conference so that we are able to deliberate the way forward, having done the preliminaries of the mutual agreement to proceed with the program. So I'm excited about the progress we have made so far, and I'm ready to proceed.
Now, the topic of the discussion today basically is that, the incentives which we would like to get from President Museveni as well as President Kenyatta to assure that, foreign direct investment, which is being attracted towards New York, through a startup New York type of program, gets diverted to Africa. So what we are looking at is that, okay, in New York, 10-year tax break is being offered to those companies who establishes their offices in a university campus. So it's a wonderful program developed in New York. And what we would like to do in Africa is to enhance that incentive from 10 to 13 years. And so that, all the students, university professors, and education gets supported, because our offices will be established in a university campus. And all the companies which we will be establishing and who wants to come into Uganda and Kenya as a foreign direct investment company will also set up their offices in university campus. So that way, preschool to PhD education gets assured, and the whole country becomes economically vibrant.
Great.
I would want to ask, when we talk about the free education, does that mean our students will be trained for free?
Well, actually, the word free is considered to be the biggest scam of our century. Okay. Anybody who claims that they are going to do something for free cannot do it for free. Nothing is free in life, right? So in our model, we provide the preschool to PhD education for everyone who joins SAMS TQLMA club, meaning that every child and everyone has made an investment of 20 Canadian dollars, okay, or 10 pure gold coin. So that's an investment they make, and they start the program with us. Now they are the family member, they have made the investment, and we are going to make sure that those individuals, those children earn as soon as they join our program, because they are part of the whole system whereby we are implementing the education system based on the Toyota production system, meaning just in time. Whatever you learn today, you apply just in time. Don't waste your time. Don't try to apply after you graduate, because when you graduate, you forget everything what you have learned, and then the retraining begins. Like my example is this: I did PhD, right, in food science. But then when I joined Procter and Gamble, I went through the whole training cycle, because now they trained me in the corporate structure, how the corporation works, how all those things happens in the real world. So they consider universities as something ideal, okay? Some things which do not teach people, which is really practical. And then companies believe that now we have to groom these graduates into their culture. So we want to eliminate that kind of gap which is there. So in our program, everyone gets education. Okay, but the education is not free. We are not claiming that we are providing free education. No, the student invests. The poorest student also invests, 10 PGC. And if that poorest student doesn't have 10 PGC, then our mechanism is that SAMS Climate Smart Trust will provide them with Kardan Hasna, we call it, okay? So it's a support we provide that student, and it's a Kardan Hasna, meaning that, okay, I'm supporting your finance of your education. Now you have to earn and pay that back. So that is a very, very unique and innovative model, which we have developed. And we want to really now apply that model. Actually, it is developed, in our community for everything else, and education is also part of it. That, like, I needed, when I went for my master's, I needed the support for a small amount. Okay, like simply 5,300 Pak rupees, a very small amount. Okay, I needed that support, so I was supported via Kardan Hasna. Okay, and I got that amount of money. I bought my ticket and I went to Detroit, and then I started my career after that. So the amount has been paid back, and I have achieved my PhD education, and I am now duplicating my model in thanks. That, okay, I got supported like this, and now I want to support every children in the same fashion, like I was supported when I needed the money.
Okay, for that, thank you for that presentation. Now, when we compare our system with the TIFET, there are some similarities with the program of TIFET. So what is the competitive advantage of our system, our SAMS system, in comparison to TIFET?
Well, I think I am not against any system which is out there. Okay, all the systems, all educational systems, all university programs, I am for everybody. Okay, so
Okay.
what we are doing simply is this. Okay, in the current program is designed to provide employment to graduates. Okay, look at all the programs of all the university programs which is out there today. Okay, some of the programs offer entrepreneurship also now, because entrepreneurship now is a buzzword, that everybody should become a businessman. Okay, and we do not have resources really to provide employment to all graduates. And there are so many graduates out there who are unemployed, and they are actually basically, committing suicide and stuff like that in this COVID-19 world. So I consider the way these, children are trained, they make them really timid. Okay, they are not bold enough to try anything new out, to really, and these are the kind of qualities which an entrepreneur should have. Okay, so what we are inculcating in the children is the entrepreneurial spirit. Okay, right from the beginning, right from preschool. All right, so they are actually groomed in an entrepreneurial fashion, and now it's up to them. We will enable them to perform, and their DNA will perform simply because I don't know what is in their unique DNA. It could be an Einsteinian DNA, or it could be whatever has been there in their DNA. We need to groom it.
Okay. I think we understood about when it comes to recruitment of entrepreneurs, campus, university graduate, and postgraduate programs. We know the process. I think we can discuss that later. But my own question is just two. Number one, the JV agreement between SAMS, Tikuma Club, Tikuma Global, Circular Relief, and Mikadesh. That is number one. Then number two, regarding the 1,000 acres, Dr. Wilfred opened up a communication today. So let's plan how to execute this before we can now go to the main secondary. The one we are talking now is secondary. The one we should be talking about how to secure this asset so that we can move forward. Thank you.
I think Ambassador McManey, we had a small discussion about the land we are acquiring in Nigeria. I think it's a large sum of hectares, right, which we are getting in Nigeria. And
Sure,
so
yes.
our model will be exactly the same. We want to really do not snatch the land. We do not want to buy the land, from the present landowner. The present landowner will work with us, whatever is the value of the land, and whatever is his expectation from the land, we will give him better than what is the expectation. So simple meaning is this, that, okay, whatever is the worth of the land, and like we mentioned, the amount which is coming in as a foreign direct investment per hectare is $1 million. All right. So whatever is the number of hectares, like 1,000 acre is like, say, $500,000 per acre is what we are talking about. So with 1,000 acre, the development cost is that much. Okay, now today's market value of the land, everybody will know, and we can get it evaluated basically because it's professionally done. So a land, company would evaluate the land and, determine the price of the land. And based on the price of the land which is being determined, the ownership amount or the percentage will be given to the landowner.
Okay.
So it's a very fair kind of situation. And then we focus on developing the land.
Okay.
That's it. It's a very simple process. Now, why the topic was very important for us, of what we initiated is the incentives, because we are incorporating SAMS TQLMA club, okay, in Kenya, and SAMS, TQLMA Global, Uganda has already been incorporated, and I think Mark has probably negotiated with the government about foreign direct investments. So I don't know what is that level of incentives he is getting. I don't know whether that process has been completed or not. But now I think Dr. Winfred can help us through her husband to really get the better than Startup New York incentives. So that actually puts us in a competitive advantage, you see, to do everything. Because, as soon as we start the project, we need to get the equipment, we need to do imports of a lot of stuff into the country. And then we want to make sure that, our cost of operation of imports, etc., is optimum, and we should be, that incentives will allow us to do that. And same thing in Kenya.
Okay.
But I believe, Dr. Winfred, it is easy for us to do this in Uganda because, I have been in Uganda when I was there, I presented my proposal, to the leadership of Uganda at that time also. And Mark has actually already initiated the process. Now we want to utilize your husband's, wisdom, experience, and connections with the president to convince him that yes, this is a good idea. To get the incentives of better than Startup New York incentives. So the funds, our fund basically, SAM, TQLMA, SAM Climate Smart Trust Fund, gets directed to Africa, to Uganda, rather than anywhere else.
Yeah, okay, that's perfect. We can fast track the dialogue with the head of state using the goodwill of my husband. Mm-hmm. We have no problem. I only need you to give me an official letter where he can have a reference point and exactly what you need.
Well, I think what we will, I will simplify that, Dr. Winfred. They will simply, yes. He should visit Kampala, meet Mark, and Mark is going to officially incorporate him as a director, as executive director in the company, which is already formed. So he is now part of the company. So he doesn't need any mandate or anything like that. Now, as a company director, now he works with the government.
Yeah.
It's a simple process,
That's okay. Yeah.
So we don't want to make anything complicated, no mandate letter, no nothing, because, he is basically becoming part of my company in Uganda. So basically there will be, 3 directors there. Mark is there because Mark established the company. I will be the director and your husband will be the director. Those are the 3 founding directors in Uganda, and we move forward.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna open dialogue between you and him. Okay. So that
so I think next meeting we will do is between 3 of us, 4 of us basically. Okay. You, your husband, Mark. Yeah. We schedule the meeting, and the topic of the meeting is to incorporate your husband, as an executive director in the SAMS TQLMA Global Uganda, so that we can move forward with the 3 cities which has been identified on the Lake Victoria and River Nile. So basically 3 cities we are getting, which is already being supported by a French NGO who is represented by Mark. So those 3 cities, they are actually lighting those 3 cities up. So Mark is already working on the project, and in those 3 cities, we will be building our Climate Smart Campus Town also.
I would want to highlight something. My husband is not a Ugandan. He's a Somali American. He's an American Somali.
Doesn't matter.
So I don't know how you're gonna factor that.
No, I don't have any issues. Like, I'm a Pakistani, but it's my company. Okay, I've incorporated the company. I'm a director in that company, and in a similar way, doesn't matter where what nationality you have, because we are international basically.
No problem. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to be clear with that.
Let me give an input to that, because we have already wanted to open a communication today, which will officially open the WhatsApp forum. Then Dr. Winfred said that the husband is a political figure, that somebody will be representing him in all dialogues. Then she can be able to get back to the husband.
As long as we are concerned, because I want Dr. Winfred's husband to be a back office person, right? Doing and executing the things, utilizing his context and wisdom. And on the front, everything will be done by Mark. Mark is already there on ground to execute the projects.
Okay, yes, because he's a politician. He's a political leader.
I know. So that is the reason I'm saying that, okay? You don't really have to, put his name also there. But if he can formally become a director in the company, we'll appreciate that. but anybody can become a director, and maybe your some of your children can become officially the director, the young person. But idea is that in a back office, your husband plays the role which he can play.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I will push for him, and
Should be
it
100.
will be as our selling point in Uganda,
Okay.
because of his association with the head of state.
Correct.
So I think it will be a good thing, and I agree with you. I'll talk to him about that.
And I think
Okay.
we don't want to impose anything on him. Please and ask him about his delight and the way he wants to do it first, so that let him speak his mind and his comfort
Yes.
level in doing it.
Okay. Okay.
Please do
I will
that.
do
Okay.
that.
So that way,
Okay, I will do that.
it is his idea which is being implemented in Uganda and not our idea.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. I think Mr. George, he has a question.
Okay.
So can we hear from you? Good evening, Mr. George.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. Sorry, I came late because I was stuck somewhere, but it's not my wish. But I've heard what you're saying, and I think since Winnie was representing me on whatever you are speaking, when from there we'll take it up and I will assist you whatever she, and we work together. So I'm conquered what you are talking about.
So George, what is the meaning of macharia? Macharia in our language means fisherman.
Yeah, Macharia is a family name. It's a family name. Macharia is a person who in our tribe Kikuyu is somebody who searches for wealth.
Okay, in our language, macharia means a fisherman. Yes. The person who searches for fish and does the fish hunting, they are known as macharia. Anyway,
actually, it's the same meaning.
That's great.
Similar meaning, right?
It's the same meaning.
Yeah, it's about the same.
So George, you are not going to be doing the fishing from the ocean. You are going to be searching for pearls. Dive in the ocean and search for pearls. Right?
God willing. God willing.
We will do it. We are there to do it. This is what we love to do, And I think ocean's wealth is not being explored as much as it should have been. And ocean has been contaminated, and which has caused a lot of problems for everybody. The life in the ocean and the life of the people. So anyways, that project will happen in Freetown, because Freetown is close to the ocean. So Uganda is a wonderful country. Uganda is a pearl of Africa. And Kenya, I guess, is leading East Africa. So where you are, we will be playing the leadership role, and then enable all the landlocked countries and all the countries who are not doing that well to do better than themselves. Like, we want Uganda to do better than Kenya.
Okay, I would want to report some development today.
Okay.
That we had with one of our partners, Goodwill Partners. We are meeting some land owners. They have consented to give us to top up the 5,300 hectares. So eventually we're going to have all the land that we wanted, and but different locations. We were able to discuss that with the Honorable Henry. Then after that, we were able to engage some government governors who are also willing to dialogue with us on engaging in the development agenda. The concept is very interesting, and I think we are going to have a grip within the system in the government. So we are waiting for response from them. We agreed in 2 days we have a dialogue so that we can see how best we can also engage with the county governments.
Okay, the preferred cities, in Kenya is Nairobi and Mombasa.
Nairobi and Mombasa.
Yeah. So let's focus
Mombasa,
on.
I have
Let's
4,000
the land in those two cities first, and then once we develop those two campuses, then we will definitely move to all nearby areas. Because Malindi is very close to Mombasa.
Yeah, I have a smart city, a proposed smart city in Lamu, and I'll be able to share the concept with the platform.
Okay.
It's already something that had been appointed to look for a development partner.
Okay.
If it's a location that is viable, I think we have it. I'll be able to share the concept with Dr. Henry.
One of the other concept which we have is this, that how many free zones are being planned in Kenya? Economic free zones.
They already, the owners we are engaging with have already been approved for free zones.
Okay.
So, and that's the way we should go. So we don't have a problem with the free zone. They have already been approved.
Okay, wonderful. And one of the things which I discussed with Ambassador Mokweni also is that in USA, the First Nation people, the original Americans, the Red Indians, they have established their own independent sovereign state within United States of America. Okay, and I know the chief of one of those states in Georgia. His name is Chief Usti, and Chief Usti recommended that we should be actually establishing his diplomatic enclave. It's a sovereign country, right? So when we set up our SAMS Climate Smart campus towns, we can consider and do that in the diplomatic enclave, so that the benefits which we can acquire as a diplomatic enclave can also be acquired in terms of managing and maintaining the projects without local interference from the local governments and local systems.
I don't think we have any problem with the government because George is our liaison person in the government affairs.
Okay.
He's very connected and fast with the entry in the government system. I don't think we are going to have any problem with the government.
No, we don't anticipate. We do not anticipate, Dr. Winfred, any problems. But by making our campus town a diplomatic enclave of this state, a lot of funding from North America will come to our enclave for the project. So that was the concept, that we want to attract the funds of the First Nation people also, and they are very powerful people in the First Nation area also. So we are actually, it's like operating a sort of an embassy of United States in Kenya, and whatever incentives and whatever benefits that embassy has, a similar kind of benefits we will have in this diplomatic enclave, officially approved by obviously Ugandan government, and making sure we are not asking for land and anything like that. We are simply saying that, okay, we are building these campus towns, and these campus towns should also be declared as a diplomatic enclave.
Okay, a question.
Okay, please, we have a few minutes for this
10 minutes, we have to conclude this.
So, I'm going to book, I'm going to reserve another 40 minutes so that I'll send a WhatsApp forum, you can join immediately as this one ends.
Okay, fine. So I think, are we any more questions on what we discussed up until now? So we are ready now with 1,000 acres close to Nairobi. Okay, and so we immediately start do the joint venture agreement with the landowner, and that becomes our site in the first site in Nairobi. Okay, and then after that we
Yes.
look for other sites.
The other site is near the current site.
Dr. Wilfred.
Yeah.
Dr. Wilfred, please. After this one, please, can you talk more about our JV draft so that we can be able to sign that tomorrow? That I will tell Dr. Mufada to let's prepare so we can sign tomorrow.
Yeah. Before we go to the JV, I would want to give the comfort of this. The other site we have is near in the same county with the 1,000 acres. So we have another 5,000 acres in the neighborhood. So we are pursuing that, and we'll be able to report tomorrow.
Perfect. Perfect. I think that's good. So it is on the same site as Nairobi site, right? 1,000 acres.
Yes, it's about 30 minutes drive from Nairobi town.
Okay, good. Perfect.
30 to 40 minutes drive.
Excellent. Excellent. Love it. So, Mr. George,
Then,
I would like to hear your life story in 5 minutes. Where you were born and what have you done up until now?
Oh, no.
Well,
5 minutes, okay?
Okay.
We are ending the meeting in 5 minutes. Go ahead, George.
I was born in I'm born in Rift Valley. That's near the side of Nakuru.
Okay.
And my parents moved to Nyandarua County, and where we are today. But I live in Nairobi doing my other businesses for about 35 years. I've been in business person, and I'm happy to have and be accepted. With me and Winnie, we have put ourselves together, and we have been working very closely, and we are successful in Nairobi. In Kenya businesses, I know we are going to be very active, and we are going to support you, you as people that have joined us in Kenya. And we thank you for the effort that you have put yourself to join us. So, but all the same, I think we will be successful, as I can see. Thank you.
George, I love Nakuru. In Nakuru, when I was in Mombasa, conference, I visited Nakuru, and I met an Indian doctor who really has developed a wonderful, healing device with wood, basically. And I still use it, and I love it. It's like a Chinese pressure kind of situation. So he has developed that tool, which is a wooden tool. And that was a fantastic gift I had from him when I visited Nakuru. So Nakuru is a wonderful place. And since it's your hometown, we will set up one of our campuses in Nakuru also.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. I think when you come to Kenya, come with that sample. So I'll be able to also to ask him to make one for me, and plus Winnie.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Sure, I will send you the image of it, I think, and I forgot the name of the gentleman who introduced me. Yeah. I will share the image of that device. It's a wonderful, tool.
Yes.
Which solves a lot of our, problems of, backache and, different kind of aches we have in the body. So it's an acupressure.
Please join the link. It will go off now.
Okay.
Join the new link I sent to me. WhatsApp, please.
Wonderful. So I think with that positive note, and I think one of the manufacturing things which we will do for our health centers will be that device which was developed in Nakuru.
Yes. Thank you. Okay.
So let's conclude this one, George. And
Winnie, I
think you have to operate. Nairobi is fine. I will probably be there in Nairobi to help Dr. Winfred. But you should relocate to Nakuru and make Nakuru a climate smart city of Kenya. your project?
I have a plot there. I have a plot there. I'll allocate and build a house, my main house there. So that should not be worried. But
Wonderful.
I want to thank Winnie for being
Wonderful.
to have been in charge of this evening, and with appreciate on my behalf. Okay,
Wonderful.
thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. With that positive note, we conclude this meeting, and we will join in the next session and discuss the further details about Uganda and Kenya plan.
Okay.
So let's reconvene in about 5 minutes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.